Hello, it's me, Bobot's Clown. Welcome back to Argentina. I have buttons I can press. Rebuild the cities. Don't mind if I do. Anyways, Paraguay is still at war with the Peru-Bolivian Confederation. We are still going to try to form ANDESIA, the fall of Washington. Whoever controls Washington controls America. For now, the Reds are doing good, which I like. That's it for the feds. Federal collapse. Wowie zowie. That's nice. Next up, I think we want to slam bam the Union State, maybe? Yeah, that seems right. Peace deal between the American People's Government and the American Constitutional Coalition. Oh ho ho, I see. Deal with the devil. The deal with the devil. Interesting. That does not necessarily bode well for the Reds. More production is more good. Yeah, give me concentrated industry. Emirate of Cyrenaica has joined the Cairo Pact. Okay. Sarojini Naiju elected Barataya chairwoman. This is to say, an agrarian. Park of the Workers inaugurated. Several things are happening, so we're gonna do that. Anyways, Park of the Workers inaugurated. With the victory of the revolution and the settling of the new government, one of the first projects of Congress, the Congress was willing to embark on was the demolition of the Talleres Vecina, the starting point of the events we now know as the Tragic Week. However, its demolition was not enough. The Congress then authorized the construction of a park in the now cleared area. To decorate the park, a monument was built at the center. A series of bronze figures resembling protesting workers were issued, and now the monument to the workers' struggle stands solidly in the middle of the new park of San Cristobal, and Chairman Liborio Justo has given a speech marking this as a historic day for the remembrance of a revolutionary struggle. Let us remember our fallen comrades. More political power. Several things are happening. And the several things are, we need to go attack Guatemala City. We need to take it before the Mexicans take it. We were successful. Look how awesome we are. We're so cool. Okay, so now Central America can found Centro America, which hopefully is good. Anyways, we didn't need our forces there at all. Formation of Centro America. The Internationale shall be the human race. Ideally. In an optimal situation, that would be the case. Alright. Excellent. We have spies. It's time for education reform, first and foremost. The last education reform in Argentina was underdone ages ago, with reactionary lies still littering the books of today's youth. We'll need to heavily revise the current curriculum. This could, if done properly, ensure the future generations don't see our regime with hostilities. Many of their parents currently do. Kurdistan declares war on the Ottoman Empire. Good luck. And by that I mean, you're probably going to need it. I am not sure where to go. Maybe try going to Memphis? Because I think that the shenanigans down here have played their part. In Italy, the situation seems to have mostly kind of stabilized. We have the sauce for radio propaganda. But we're actually going to wait to spend it on Chief of Army. Anyways. Put Paulina in charge. Yep, that's still radio propaganda. It's a good use of our political power, should we have it. Our volunteers, who didn't get a chance to do anything, still don't have a chance to do anything. Yay. I think... yeah, I'm gonna maybe train up some infantry just to have infantry. Because their army is, like, pathetically small right now. Whoa, a lot of buttons. Whoa, a lot of buttons. Wowzers. Ooh. Ho-ho. Let's spend the money. Aha, okay. So, we can spend political power to get more immigrants for... let's go Spanish. Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. Italian, Canadian. Immigrating to Argentina. Good use for our political power. And then we can do Portuguese. United Mexican States declares war and sent to America. That's a cool flag. I haven't seen this one before. Yeah, that's like a super good flag. And also, you can still see the old flag. Here, this is like a good flag. I like it. Anyways. Central America is about to be crushed. Because the Mexicans decided to attack them. Civilian specialists offer their services. Ooh, expensive. Let's attract the Germans. Civilian specialists offer their services. With the Civil War, while the Civil War demonstrated the extent to which capitalist reactionaries were willing to go to order to maintain their system, not every member associated with the former administration agreed to work with the commands given from Buenos Aires. A lot of civilian specialists work for the regime, and their competence can greatly benefit New Argentina. Now that we've established ourselves a legitimate administration of the country, these members of the old government could be valuable assets in rebuilding the country. We were able to reach several civilian specialists, and they have come clean through the trials and have approached our officials offering their services again. This negotiation continues. It's clear re-enlisting them will be unpopular. Despite the fact that these professionals are vital to New Argentina's prosperity, what are our options? Their expertise will be greatly appreciated, and we can get a bunch of political advisors, or these reactionaries have waited just long enough. I mean, I think their expertise will be greatly appreciated, in my personal opinion. Ooh, we can move Argentines to the islands. Boop. Listen, when in doubt, red versus expert. Honestly, it's a difficult call to make. We're gonna switch these guys to cavalry. Don't know if any of that's valuable. I'll take a tough guy. Actually feel as though we might be more valuable if we hang out in Modena as opposed to just here. Uh-oh, I don't like how people are moving out of their fear. Oh boy, here it comes. Levant's crisis. But what about the oil? Hey, it's party time, baby. Kurdistan was annexed. As it always is. Nice, I love securing Modena. Hey, war in South Africa. How exciting. Yeah, we could get an artillery person. Eventually. We literally don't have access to any theorists at all. That's crazy. Start of the Third Boer War. Third time's a charm. Oh, Paraguay's gotten kind of flat. How exciting. We have civilian factories. Look at that. I think we probably could use some more civilian factories. We should collectivize the countryside. So I have to spend civilian factories on military factories, probably. That seems smart. Seems like a good idea. Cordoba has a dam, so. Yemen's joined the Cairo Pact. Spirit of Air Force Command. Oh, we can get Spirit of Air Force. Untrained pilot penalty for new air wings? Yeah, that's probably good, right? The weekly manpower gain is nice. Eventually, it's probably worth not doing that, but for now, it's pretty good. Not worth it. Not worth it. Syria's joined the Cairo Pact. I don't think I get a pop-up for that because I'm in South America. Hey, we got rough terrain specialists. Cold acclimatization, hot acclimatization, and more movement. That could be useful. And we got education reform. Boy, that's a nice one. Oh, lots of good stuff to do. Immigration report, 1939. With rising tensions in Europe, many socialists seeing our nation as the perfect place to continue the revolution, large swaths of immigrants have decided to cross the pond, live free under socialism. Welcome to Argentina. Don't know if that was a huge deal. There's so much stuff to do. It's absolutely unreal. We should probably get the Revolutionary Army. Yeah. Our army's gone from humble beginnings and a struggling militia to the heroic vanguard that liberated Buenos Aires. The respite will be short, however, as reactionaries surrounding us want nothing more than to take away our hard-fought freedom from us. We must prepare for the conflicts that lie ahead by properly organizing this fighting force. And then, also, it's 1939, which means it's time to get guns that don't suck. Oh-ho. Oh yeah, we can also do this. I don't know. Spotting speed. Go. And then also, I don't know, Lancer. Da 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 da. Ba da da ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. All right. War over the Shat al-Arab, another Persian-Ottoman war for the history books. At some point, hopefully, I get the ANDESIA decision. That would be nice. It's the reason I did the thing that I did. Anyways. We're going to increase our speed again. Armenia. Being mean to ya. Yay! We did it! A question of ANDESIA. Alright. Following the independence of the United States of America in 1776 and Haiti in 1804, the struggle for independence by the Hispanic American countries after 1810 sparked a sense of unification, especially in South America, where there were cooperative efforts under Simón Bolívar in the north and José de San Martín in the south. The decay of South American Pan-Americanism came in the 19th century, with nationalism rising in the region. The Central American Federation disintegrated in 1838. The Venezuela and Ecuador withdrew from Gran Colombia in 1830, and Argentina and Brazil fought continuously over Uruguay. All three countries joined forces to defeat Paraguay in the Paraguayan War 1865 to 1870. And Chile defeated Peru and Bolivia in the War of the Pacific. The 20th century, however, brings Hispo-Americanist ideas back to life, with imperialist powers attempting to subjugate South American nations via economic dominance, political influence, and military force. Liborio Justo, he knows that the only way for Hispanic America to defend itself against imperialism is by forging a united South American front. A new entity, ANDESIA, is envisioned by Liborio Justo as a state which would unite Hispanic South America from the mountains of Chile to the oil fields of Venezuela under the communist banner, with himself as a leader guiding United South America to its better future. Will we strive to achieve this utopia? It's only a dream. Yes, it's time to unite South America! I can press buttons now. Declare ANDESIA. Huzzah. We can invade Paraguay. We need to get rid of our economic fallout, which means we're waiting at least 85 days. We'll call these guys Standard. Standard Infantry. This is a standard infantry loadout. I will be messing with standard infantry again later. I will also aim to attract Irish socialists. I will aim to improve my radio. Armenia has joined the Tabriz Accords. What's going on here? We probably fall back to Memphis. Seems fine to me. We can press buttons. Attract Polish socialists. Creation of the Instituto Nacional de Estudios Indígenas. Chairman Liborio has long since championed the enfranchisement of native peoples of Argentina. During his tour around Argentina, he has become convinced that Spanish colonialization and its consequences have done irreversible damage to the native communities, and as such, decreed the creation of the Instituto Nacional de Estudios Indígenas, divided in regional segments with representative small groups ranging from the major groups like the Mapuches, seen also in Age of Empires 2, the Tobas, and the Guaraníes, to the near extinct Selknam. With an estimated population of around 36,000 people in the nation, around the nation, it's expected the institution will intercede in the name of natives in legal disputes, as well as aiding isolated, otherwise momentarily limited communities with funding. We have a great debt we intend to repay. Anyways, army button. So we could go down certain routes. We could also further the social revolution. Argentines have long had a past nation with the old European aristocracy that's catalyzed much of Buenos Aires being made in the image of Paris. However, this way of thinking paid no mind to workers, and as such, we cultivate a new image for these structures, one of contemporary France and Britain. We are sure to slowly but steadily ingrain worker solidarity into Argentine culture. Anyways, Buenos Aires Underground expands. The Buenos Aires Underground, which opened in 1913, was the first metro system on the South American continent and even in the whole southern hemisphere. Little expansion has been done in the last decades, and continued immigration from the city has, from the impoverished countryside, the massive influx of European immigrants has left our public transportation system severely lacking, leading to the government proposal to nationalize the network to allow for better expansion and meet the demands created by the city's population explosion. And now, after several months of work, a new Line D for the system has been completed, linking Catedral to Tribunales. The people of Buenos Aires are awaiting impatiently the opening ceremony. Hooray! How goes Italy? Stalemate. Not in our favor. Restructuring of the Asociación del Fútbol Argentino. The fusion of the Asociación Argentino de Fútbol Amateurs y Profesionales, or AAFP, and the Liga Argentino de Fútbol, LAF, into the Asociación de Fútbol Argentino, back in 1934 was believed to usher in a new era for the sport of Argentina. However, as the political climate, the war changed the prospect of the new AFA, and has now been forced to reshuffle its staff due to the regime changes, as many of its wealthy investors have either lost their wealth due to wealth distribution measures or fled the nation outright. However, the government stepped in to ensure the association, along with many other sports associations, in order to help the transitioning them into the new system, and with the government's intervention, changed the AFA's competitive rules have been revised. One example of this in regards to the teams from the interior, since they've been excluded from the professional categories of the association, favoring instead teams from the capital and surrounding area. Starting from this year's tournament onwards, teams from the interior, like Rosario's Newell's Old Boys and Rosario Central, which are now formal members of the professional division, will be encouraged to join the league in order to foster more equal representation throughout the nation, as opposed to focusing the sport in the capital and surrounding areas. The people's sport is back. It's true. It's a very peoplesy sport. You need a ball. You need a ball in a field and maybe some sticks. Other than that, you're pretty good. All right. I have so many buttons I can press. It's unreal. We have some economic fallout. We will have it for another good while. What is the other things we can press? Why does it say 10? Integrate. Oh. Let's do that. That seems useful. Maybe we wait to integrate. Maybe we can just finish pressing these buttons. Attract the French socialists. Further, the social revolution was a good choice on my part, by the way. We'll attack Ukrainians. Attack Ukrainians. Attack them. We no longer gain effects from expropriating foreign factories. Yay. South Georgia is now a core. Go, and the Falkland Islands are also a core. Easy solution. Just, you know, move our guys there, and then it becomes our territory. That's how territory works. We should attract Nubian socialists. And probably get advanced machine tools. That seems smart. We can improve infrastructure on the islands and expand South Atlantic naval bases. Wowsies. I don't know if that does anything useful. Sure, whatever. Our finest hour. What childish fantasy. How close are we? We'll attract Russian socialists. We are very close to being able to say we are done. We need to invade Paraguay. We need 20 days. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall my volunteers from everywhere. I'm going to deploy my forces. I'm going to plan. Actually get rid of a bunch of infantry, and then our standard infantry will add infantry guns. The old standby, boosting my soft attack by like a pretty massive margin. And then those guys are going to be next in the training zone. And that gives me an army of some size to attack Paraguay with. Bulgaria has joined the Donau Adria Bund. Good for them. We'll further the social revolution. Probably should start integrating people, but also we should probably get a chief of army. Yeah, that seems good. I'll take the division organization. That's like a pretty massive boost. Holy crap. We have a lot of buttons we need to press. We should probably make a decision before we end the episode on what the deal is with the army. A Red Army, or keep the militias. More population, more organization, more planning. And then we get either of these. So, like, requires, yeah, okay. And then that gives us a research slot. So we should go new, a Red Army. The militias may have won the day, thanks to our resolve and cunning. Going forward, however, we ought to convert this underdog guerrilla force into a professional standing army, able to take the fight to the enemy. That seems valuable. We could also integrate some land. Let's integrate La Pampa. Sure, whatever. Is Chile still in Le International? It is. We can invade Chile, which is kind of insane, given that they helped us, but, you know. Do we have the sauce yet? No, but we will. Okay. We can now launch an invasion. I think we're going to start with Paraguay, and then probably go... I don't know what we'll do after that. Maybe we'll backstab Chile. But either way, I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.